There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
And I'm Bonehead.
I'm Brandon.
Wes.
No,
We
Brandon.
are boneheads, according to the internet.
Yes.
Yes, the internet's the internet said that.
It's never wrong. At least there's one bonehead, for sure, huh? Not you.
Bedda.
It's that other guy.
Thanksgiving is upon us, coming up soon.
Your favorite holiday?
It is my favorite holiday.
Why is it your favorite holiday?
I'm glad you asked.
I would like to ask a question before you answer that.
Please.
From him. Why is it your favorite holiday? I'm tired of him jumping in on me, man.
I'm so glad you asked.
You are?
man.
All right.
Because I am thankful. I have a lot of things to be thankful about. I'm a very thankful person. And actually, this whole month, I have been personally thanking people throughout life, and some friends and everything for certain things. But I want to make it a month of true Thanksgiving. I've always appreciated the holiday.
Are you going to make an electric dedication to me tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. No, I'm very thankful for you. We have known each other we've known each other for almost 30 years.
Slow eye roll.
We have. And I am thankful for not just our friendship, but our continued friendship through time. It's hard to count the number of friends that I have. They're as old as you.
They're dying out.
In their 50s?
As long as
In the
our
early
friendship
50s?
has carried,
Yeah.
there's not that many.
Yep.
There's not that many. And people grow apart, we grow up, we move on. Some people who I knew back then, we live in the same town, I just don't see them anymore. I don't talk to them anymore. Some that I was best friends with,
Isn't that weird?
hung out with, couldn't imagine my life without going a 1 week without seeing them. That's ridiculous. And now I just saw a friend of mine last week at a restaurant. I was sitting down, he came in, and I said hello. And I just thought, wow, he's been here. I have his number. He used to just basically live at my apartment back in the day. He was the guy that lived rent-free, sleeping on the couch every night. But we all loved him, so we didn't care.
Not the guy at the volleyball game that was making bad calls.
Not him.
Oh.
Definitely not him. But it was the guy he was just one of the roommate. He was the fourth roommate who always hung out but never paid rent. But we all loved him because he was just a fun guy. And I started thinking, man, I don't hardly see him anymore. The last time we hung out, when was Beavis and Butthead? When did they come back out?
Like recently?
MTV did another cartoon series about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say about
That was the
that.
last time I think he came over. It was at my old house, and I said, hey man, because we used to watch Beavis and Butthead all the time and laugh. And I said, they came out with a new season, you want to watch it with me? And he came over and we watched it together. But in 3 years, and
The
he lives
laughs.
here, and I know where he lives, I know where he works, I know but we don't hang out.
The laughs weren't the
as
same.
much. Well, I think we had a fun time doing that. But the thing is, though,
We got,
I'm
man,
not
life,
as
man.
good friends as I have been with you and kept up with that friendship. I appreciate that. Another thing, turn it on Brandon here, that
Let's do
I'm
it.
doing a double here, that I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful that I connected with you this year.
Man,
We talked a little bit text-wise last year, but we never really got. And when you came down, I even told you this the first time you came over and did the podcast. It was really good to see you again, and I am very thankful that I have reconnected with you. You were on the way out when I was on my way into Carthage.
Wrong. Backwards.
backwards. You were on the way out. I was on the way in.
That's what it was. Vice versa. And then afterwards, whenever we'd see each other in a grocery store or outside, we'd say hello, and that's
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
No, it's just, hey,
Yeah.
hey man, what's
Yeah.
up? Hey, man, what's
Man,
up?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
move on. And that we've reconnected, and you've been a good friend because, you do know who I am, but we haven't hung out in the past few years. And then you've been so helpful and instrumental in helping me out with all these little things around the house that I'm too stupid to do. And you're very gracious in giving me your time and expertise on that. And I'm serious.
Well, man,
I'm serious about that.
you're gonna make me cry, man.
Well,
Other than
no.
making his son cry.
Now that was
make my son
unfortunate.
cry.
Now that was
But-
unfortunate.
But no, I'm serious.
His firstborn.
It speaks to who you are as a person.
I
And I
appreciate
told
it.
Megan when you had left, I said, man, that is really nice of someone who, you knew who I was, you knew my name.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, we haven't hung out in years. We haven't done something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you hear like, oh yeah, man, I'll help. But not only are you saying that, you're actually doing it too. It's not just something that, yeah, man, we'll have dinner sometime, we'll have lunch sometime, and then you
Yeah.
never call them. And the thing is, that happens. That happens to everyone. But you're not like that.
I appreciate that, man.
But that's why I appreciate that too. So this is what I'm talking about here. I have a lot to be thankful for in my life, and the other reason is why it's the perfect holiday. I've just always had fun. I love turkey, dressing, cranberries, all the stuff that comes with it. I love a good meal. At my house, of course, big family, lots of stuff to do. We sit around, we have fun, we play games. I know it's not the same for you, but the thing is,
it's a little different. It's just a little different. It sounds amazing. It sounds like how Hallmark Channel was made for these moments.
It's my favorite.
Yeah,
That's why I was saying it.
Well, that was my question too.
And it's just a fun time. There are no presents. There are no gifts. There is no rush for it. It's a holiday that gets passed over.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, in this country, it is Halloween.
That's
and
for
then
sure.
Immediately Christmas.
That's right.
And again, yes, I love Christmas. Christmas is a lot of fun. I'm not saying Christmas sucks, but for me, Thanksgiving is that time of peace, and that just nice before the rush begins. Now the thing is, for me, when I go to bed on Thanksgiving Day, I wake up and to me it's officially Christmas season.
That's Kelly. She's the same way.
At the end of Christmas, you're like, oh crap, I gotta be. This weekend or next weekend, I got to take down all this crap and everything, and I got to get back to work now, and blah, 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 and it's cold. You start thinking it's cold. The season's kind of over for you. But for Thanksgiving Day, no, you have Christmas now, next up, and now you have something to be excited about. So for that reason, just the placement of the holiday and where it's landed is just so nice to me. But the meaning of it a lot, as I've gotten older, has meant a lot to me. And it's also my brother. When I told my brother this story, he went, wow. I think Thanksgiving Day is my favorite day too. So he and I both share this same favorite holiday now. And that's not to say I don't love Christmas, but I mean, when you ask me why it's so much,
you can tell, man.
That's the reason why.
You're very passionate about that. You can see it, like just when you were just saying, just being nice to me, and then obviously with Wesley, man, like it's so genuine. It is what it is, and that you can tell, man. You're very passionate about it.
Well,
I would love to be able to see that through. I'm working on it.
It's easy to do because we just don't, and just it's human nature. We go about our lives, we don't realize all the goodness we have. Because I mean, one of the things is, I have to go back to Wes here. When I was doing the show, and I could not have Wes on because I was doing this every night. I was at practice every night.
Wow.
And I would have rather sit here every other week with Wes, goofing off on a podcast talking. I enjoy our time together. I enjoy our pre-talk together. I enjoy our post-conversations. I just enjoy that. It's the grown-up time, that I don't get to have much anymore. And I appreciate that Wes has to work around my schedule. And you too.
Oh,
but,
no.
You know what I mean? Wes has to work around. He's like, thank you, dude. Do we have to do it so late? Well, yeah, because one of the babies have to go to bed.
I ate at 5.
He can say no, and he has every right to say that. And say, I wish you could meet me can't we just do it earlier? And can't you just? No, I can't. But I appreciate you, and you're bending around my time and everything. And I know you got to get up early sometimes to go to work.
Yeah, you got to be working like 10 or something, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. But I appreciate it. I'm just saying.
9:30. I'm just kidding. He has to open.
I appreciate. So
for sure, man.
I can look instead of sending a text. This year, I'm still going to send a few texts out, but instead of sending a text to everyone, that is my Thanksgiving message to you. I want to do it face to face. If I can't see some people face to face, I have called some people and told them. I called someone the other day and I said, hey, guess what? 4 years ago, if you don't remember, I remember exactly where we were on this day. We were sitting in a lot, and I told them a story, and I said, 4 years later, here we are, and I just said thank you for I'm so glad that friendship has stayed through here and blah 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 blah, and he thanked me for it and everything. But that's what I want to it's kind of what I'm doing this year instead of just saying Happy Thanksgiving Day to
sending out the meme across the board, the copy paste
I'm just
thing.
not going to do that. I'm going to do it in a lower capacity this year, but as many people as I can talk to.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
Face to face.
That's so smart.
That's the goal I want to do now.
Yeah.
And last year, I just counted down each day something I was thankful for. But this year, I thought, you know what? Why don't I just talk to those people and tell them what I'm thankful about?
I scheduled a back surgery on Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, so I did not have to have Thanksgiving. I mean, I look forward to it as well, but for probably different reasons.
I haven't even gotten to the question.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
I swear, 3 years ago, I didn't even told you that.
Here it comes!
I did, but it made sense, all that crowd and hanging out and all that time and exposure and all that.
You're ready for questions. Thank you.
Why are you so red?
This is Wes's idea. Okay, again, we're asking questions from the box. I know it turned out to be not a fun episode to listen to, but screw you guys. This is for our enjoyment only.
It's
today.
therapeutic,
But
man.
I'll tell you, this is so funny. Now, again, I have not vetted and seen any of these stacks. In fact, there's a cover over the first
I see the
question,
cover.
so I don't even know what's going to happen. So we'll see, and it may not be as fun, but we'll see. What was the style when you were in school, Wes? What was the style? That's a good question.
Interesting that you would get that one.
Uh,
When you were in school, not once you grew up and got out in the real world.
What was in style? What was in style for you, if you can?
Gerbots, Guess jeans.
Mojo. Was
Mojo.
it called Mojo?
That was
Mojo.
that was
Mojo.
Those were hot.
Mojo
Their
shirts.
Their
The
shirts, black
shirt.
and white.
Was it the shirt?
It's
Yeah.
black and white.
Jinkos.
Jinko.
That
That was-
was the jean I was thinking about.
That was a little bit
it.
late.
That was after me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I remember it from the mall. Like it had been like
Jinkos was like a
18,
year or
17,
two
18.
after me.
Yeah.
Structure was really big here.
Oh yeah, huge. Miller's Outpost.
That kind of came.
That
and
was
gone
like
by.
chunky people clothes.
No, I think Miller's Outpost was okay. I
feel like it was chunky.
I think that was.
Was it women's clothes? I ended up there more than once with my mom buying me clothes. So I'm just asking.
Oh boy.
I had to wear her belts that she made. So no,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Hold on. Let's talk Mojo thing, man. That was the hot ticket. That was the shirt. I never had a Mojo shirt. Always
I had
wanted
one, maybe two.
You know they're still around.
Look, I didn't say I didn't know they're still around.
Jinkos jeans was the thing I wanted, but never got.
I had one
I wanted
pair
Jinkos.
that I wore often, and Kelly made fun of me. I met her at summer school. I think I told you that before. And I had on the Jinkos with the little ribbon down. I thought they were awesome. Turns
they
out they were
looked awesome.
terrible.
They had a
were-
ribbon.
Yeah.
She says a ribbon. It's more of like a stitching. Like
That may have
look.
been the girl style.
No, it
Was
wasn't.
it the brilliant?
They were real tight in the butt area, but in the hips or huh? What? It may have been.
Okay. All right. Anyway, did your mom get those jeans for you? Where
She made me stonewash jeans more than
Stop,
once.
Stop! Don't start. Hold on.
Wait.
Were you ever given any special awards for your studies or school activities? That's a no from me. Go ahead.
I got funniest in my senior class. I think.
I saw that.
Yes. That was the only award I got in school. Had nothing to do with
Why
school.
are you looking at my ear? This is driving me nuts.
What was yours? Did you get an award or recognition in school?
I think I told you about the one where I had sold the most cards. I mean, the most tickets to raise money for families or whatever, and then they were giving away a boombox, and then some kid came in at the very end after the deadline turned in. Obviously, their dad gave him some
Wait a
extra
minute,
money.
And you lost the boombox?
I didn't get the boombox.
Were you holding the boombox over your head, John Cusack?
I never had a
Didn't say
chance.
anything and they just
Dude,
took it
I'm
from
going to
your
tell
arm?
you, I swear to God, I swear to you this is true. In my mind, I was carrying that thing down the street so proud in front of all my neighbors, just jamming. But I never even got the box in my hands. Some other kid who everybody knew didn't sell the most tickets, they got it.
She said they were selling tickets for families. I
Like
don't-
for raising, I was raising money for something for like needy. I think for like needy families or something like that.
Okay, anyway, going to the next question. I'm going to have Wes read it.
I didn't go to Riser, man. It was George Welch.
That is the next question. Ask Brandon.
Come on.
Did your relationship with your family change in your teenage years?
Yes, quite a bit. Specifically around that 10, but as at 13, it was quite different. You were describing. I'll use this as an example. You were describing your Thanksgiving, and that sounds like all of them I watched on TV that I really wanted. Whereas mine were a little bit different.
Did you have two Thanksgivings?
I had
That's not too bad.
a lot of dysfunction. I had my dad's mother who had left. We had that side to go to. That was
Okay.
one Thanksgiving. I had my Aunt Mom's side of Thanksgiving I had to go to, a whole different side. I had my mom's I had to go to, and her new husband's family I had to go to.
You went to 4 Thanksgivings
In one day?
No, that would be like about a 3-day span, nonstop. Just a lot of it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But in every one of them, I'm like my grandmother with all my other cousins or whatever. I'm the firstborn grandson.
Are you?
You wouldn't have known it because you wouldn't even known I was there. Like it was insane. So yeah, mine changed quite a bit. I had a lot more Thanksgivings to go to, and they were a lot more awkward.
What was the most awkward thing about them?
Probably like my grandmother with my dad's mom. she would always give out like, hey, happy Thanksgiving. She'd give like an envelope. It would be like something in it.
An envelope.
Which you would think would be money of some sort or something saying happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I never got one. And I'm
Okay.
the only grandkid that didn't get one out of like that 6 or 8. So it's kind of sucked. That was awkward for me.
Okay. So, did you ever find out what was in any of these other envelopes?
It was definitely money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which was ironic because we were absolutely about as dirt poor as you could possibly be. So it would have been nice.
We grew up poor, and I didn't even realize it, but we had to eat like leftovers for like weeks on end. And I thought, man, why do we keep getting the same stuff? And we get like liver and whatever, but it was whatever was on sale at the time. And we were like dirt. And the thing is, I didn't realize it.
I guess
the
the
oldest, I got new clothes, but my brothers all wore the hand-me-downs, and there were patches on the
Okay.
knees of the jeans because Mom would sew patches on them. I mean, I hate to be cliche, but that's what it was, and I didn't realize because I always got new clothes.
I'd like to.
And I just thought Mom and Dad just like eating the same thing every night.
I'd
I
like
swear, I
to
never-
say that I guess I wasn't dirt poor then. If the way you just described that's
But the thing is, though,
I was
no
an only
idea.
child, though.
And then
Yeah.
talking about my teenage years, I remember when
Maybe
I was
Brandon
16.
is gaslighting us about how bad his youth
Well,
was.
no, I'm
I feel like
trying,
I'm not.
Well,
I-
hold
like,
on.
hold-
I'm not
wait.
trying to say, oh, well, you think.
Am I the?
You don't know
I
what
feel like.
story is.
Well, no,
I'm not trying to out.
No, I'm not trying. No, you sounded
just-
horrible. Tell me about how all your family was together
No,
and
no,
happy,
no.
and it was like.
Was it like Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
No, we just
just
didn't-
happy.
We didn't get that much, but the thing is, though,
Y'all laughed a lot.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but y'all were
that
happy.
I didn't realize we were living poor until when I was like 15, 16. I told my mom, I said, Mom, you remember she used to give us liver, and we had to eat like chicken dumplings for a whole week and stuff, and you don't do that no more. She went, well, baby, that's because we didn't have the money back then. We didn't have things that we had to, and then I started thinking, oh my gosh, and then it all started flooding in like that life was, we were poor, and I didn't realize it because back then
You don't know what you don't know.
you don't
Yeah.
know what you don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to ask that question to you. You're not going to get to. Okay, fine. Did your relationship with your parents change? Did you start loving them when you were a teenager?
Quite the
Did
opposite.
it drive you closer to them?
I know what it was. I got a better one for you here. I want to read this one to you.
Great.
Who were you closest to in high school? Who was your closest friend?
Cass.
I knew that.
For
Cass
sure.
is a good guy.
Yep.
He's a good guy. Is he coming in for Christmas again?
I know he's going to come in for Thanksgiving for sure. I don't know about Christmas.
Okay. He's a good guy. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Chad Johnson.
I don't know that one.
Hmm.
Okay.
He ran cross country. I definitely didn't. I don't know how we were just were just buddies, man. I don't know. We just got real tight. And Jeremy White, tied for first.
Are you still close with those guys?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
That's fine because mine was probably Patrick Trissler. I'm still friends with him. We don't hang out as much. We talk every once in a while. I see him here and there. I mean, just actually last week we were supposed to hang out, but I had to do the show, and so I told him I couldn't hang out with him. But really good guy. We were best of friends. We mowed grass together. It was right before I started working at the mall and everything. High school guys, that's what you did for jobs.
Oh, dude.
Right?
But I
You
mowed
just
yard-
lawns all summer
Into
long.
my
Dude,
adulthood, I had an empire.
He had his own,
I had an empire.
side
bro.
business.
Yeah.
Competition there. Where did you hang out with your friends, and how did you spend your time together when you were younger? That's a good question. I actually like this question.
Younger age, like on Ironwood where I originated. That's where the Cobras were. We did a lot of we played a lot of ball, a lot of basketball, football, all that kind of stuff. Interesting. Also, what drove me from the neighborhood was my enjoyment of playing basketball. That's why we moved. My dad, the basketball pinging off the ground bothered him pretty bad, so we built a new house and moved. It was wild. And we almost sold his new house because there was a dog behind it that barked a whole lot, and he couldn't sleep because of it. But hey, he told me he would. I said, man, sleep in my room. I'll just sleep in the master bedroom because he would come in there and be like, you hear that dog? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Trying to sleep, or do something. I mean, he's a teenager.
If I'm going to be miserable, you're going to be miserable too.
Bro, don't let this dude's ear lock up. It's over with.
We did a lot of basketball.
Yeah,
We
it was
did-
fun.
We did camping.
Yeah, I
just
know.
things you do.
I got drugged to motorcycle rallies everywhere. I mean, I loved it.
Was it rad?
It was not as rad as rad. It was all right, but I mean, there's no other kids. There was like one other girl. Like there's a girl there. We kind of hung out a little bit. I mean, it wasn't like my first love, but I'm just saying there was just a friend there.
Okay, you got a little dreamy eyed there for a minute.
I'm sorry, I was
Should we dig
sleeping.
deeper into
And we
this?
can. It doesn't matter. I'm out.
Did y'all ride bikes together?
No, we've been older at that point. I mean, I'm making her
Did y'all
teenagers.
just walk
Dance at
bikes
the prom?
together?
Did you dance at the prom on your bikes?
No,
Biking rad?
that would have been awesome.
That would have been rad.
It would have been rad. She was a cool girl, man. I think I probably
What was
was.
her name?
I shouldn't say that. She's still around. I still see her around here and there.
No,
You don't have to give everybody's last name. I didn't give anybody's last name.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not. So
Love it. Love
yeah,
it.
so Spencer.
I think playing video games was what we did.
Yeah, we did a lot of that.
And then shooting basketball. I think everybody shot basketball because it was the easiest thing to do. You didn't have to get a group of people together. You play one-on-one, you're good to
Yeah, it
go.
was easy to do. You didn't need that many people.
Very simple. And church for a short period of time.
Look at you.
Yep.
Look at you.
We'd love to
I
have
was
you
convicted.
We would love to have you back.
back. Love to have you back. You look like a youth minister.
You know what's
You got
interesting?
your ponytail,
Yep,
your
they
bracelets
always-
everywhere, your big earrings.
Yep.
What happened to going to church with Brandon? I thought you were doing that.
I did
Yeah.
it for a little bit. I
You got
made
mad because I talked to people there.
No, that was not why.
Oh.
That was not why.
Quit going.
He's
just playing. I have asked.
He has asked.
We have a great series. I'm glad you brought that up. At the movies this coming week. I'd love to have you there. It's popcorn and movies. You'll love it. Very hands off.
Go.
Very low interaction
I
level.
love how you're painting me in this corner right now.
Okay, just saying.
Good job.
You really are quite the artist with your
Tis the
painting.
season.
You're really good. Keep going. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm wrapping it up.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Wes's answer is going to be very long on this one. What rebellious things did you do as a teenager?
I was very difficult to manage in the fact of if I did not understand the purpose of what was going on, I could not buy into it. And if someone told me to do it because that was the way we were supposed to do it, made me buck it harder. And it's been a challenge my whole life.
I was gonna say teenager or since you've been alive.
Teenager.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's different than today?
I went train hopping a lot.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you jump on the train in West Monroe and then jump off of it.
Oh, I've always wanted to do it. Never had the
Really?
We
nerve.
used to do that.
Come
yeah.
on,
And
man.
then the other thing.
No way.
As a teenager, yes.
No way.
Wow.
Me and my brothers used to do it, and then my
Ah,
little brothers did it,
so
but we never
ripped.
told Mom. And he's there sitting in the kitchen talking about train jumping, and I'm like, shut up. You know, because I'm already out of the house by then. And
Oh,
Mom
my
gets on and said,
gosh.
what were you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then Caleb, being the biggest doofus, goes, well, Matt did it all the time, and you never got it. I said, I didn't say it right in front of her, doofus. You know, but she couldn't get me in trouble.
Man, let's go do
The other
that.
thing was-
Let's go do that.
No.
Yes.
No.
I
you
used-
know what the scariest part is?
We used-
Jumping off.
That is exactly right. Jumping off, it is rocks.
Wait.
It is hard.
Just wait till it stops again.
Rocks.
Like when it's.
No, it keeps going. And even though it's going slow,
You don't know
it is
where-
not
you've
going
gotta get
slow
off.
when you dismount. You have to get off.
Let's go do it. I'll do it.
No.
I'll do it.
I
Didn't
would
you
not do that anymore.
schedule back surgery on Thanksgiving? I don't think
That's
jumping
not-
out
that's
of
to
a
avoid
train
family.
is a good
This is
idea.
That's why I
different.
want to do it.
This is to avoid family.
So anyway-
I got another Thanksgiving coming up,
Anyway,
man. I
the
can't
other
go to
thing
another
is
Thanksgiving.
we couldn't watch R-rated movies, but we could watch anything PG or whatnot. So, according to my mom, I saw Forrest Gump 7 times in theaters over the summer. I had never seen Forrest Gump. I watched Die Hard with a Vengeance and all the other R-rated action movies. You know,
You had
I
the
watched all that
stub,
stuff. You know,
and you
back then.
theater
And
hopped.
but I just kept telling her I was going to go watch Forrest Gump again.
You theater hopped.
Or whatever the movie that was
Sure.
allowable. We
I'm gonna
saw
try it
that
again.
all summer long.
Third time's a charm. You theater hopped? Is that what? No. Train hop. Okay.
I mean, theater hopping.
Whatever.
What about you? What rebellious thing did you tell us? I can't remember.
It probably wouldn't have been impactful. I didn't do a lot of rebellion, man. I don't know.
Okay, the next question is,
know what the-
who was that girl you dated as a teenager?
Oh, I don't
You
remember.
gonna give her a name now?
I can't remember it. It's weird. I know.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
I remember Stephanie.
Indeed.
When I first met
There
you,
was a
you were
Jackie.
with Stephanie.
Yep.
And I'm so pissed because I can't find that picture now.
I am too.
Because I had a picture of him and Stephanie together. It was at the card show. I think you were selling the
Yeah, it's Star Wars
Star Wars
toys.
toys. And I said, "Wow, where'd you get these?" And whatever. And we were talking about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Were
took
they
a
new
picture
or
real
used
quick.
or what?
No, stuff from when I was a kid and stuff that
Yeah.
I had bought over the years, and
But it was still in the- some of it's still in the
that's how I
packages.
met him.
Yeah,
And
originally.
Oh wow.
like he just walked up, we just started talking as kids, and then somehow or another we reconnected in the mall and just
Yeah. But
cinched
didn't
up.
realize it, I think, till later on.
That's really neat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh, wait a minute, you were at the toy collection thing. I remember that. So, yeah. Anyway,
Who was the girl you dated?
no one.
Okay.
The first person I dated was in college. And her name was Ashley Harper. And you know how that ended.
From the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
You were there.
It's a great
That
story.
was a great
I love the way you tell that story, and you make me such a villain in the
You
story.
weren't the villain. I just thought
I'd
what
like to
happened
hear
is
it.
this dude was coming in talking about how he hooked up with one of the waitresses, and I was like, oh, okay. And where do you work? And he told me, and that's where my girlfriend worked. What I didn't say anything. I said, who? And he said her name.
Oh no.
So she was cheating on me with him. Now he didn't know. But then
Oh no.
Cuckoo, ain't that your girlfriend? And I said, not anymore.
Wait, that was at
Dude
Cards
like-
Coins, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was at Cards
That's
Coins.
right.
And the dude goes, whoa, she never told me. I said, dude, I'm not mad at you.
man.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm thanking you, man. I
So
appreciate
that
it.
was something. But,
Oh,
you know.
wait, did you know it ahead of time that?
Well, he had
Well,
talked to.
We didn't know that this guy. Was
Okay,
with
all
her.
right.
We didn't know.
I didn't
that.
know if, like,
But
you
he
said
was-
about the villain.
he
I didn't know
was
if you knew the
telling-
whole time.
He was a guy that came in every once in a while, get
Okay.
a pack of cards or whatever, and he was just talking about this hot chick.
You're talking about Bruce?
No,
I'm just teasing.
No,
I'm
there's
playing.
someone we didn't know, but the thing is, I said, "Where do you work?" And I was like, "Okay, what's her name?" And I was like, and I went, "What?" No, this guy obviously didn't know that I was the boyfriend or whatever, and obviously she didn't tell him.
Yeah, she
Well,
didn't.
that
She
was
didn't.
great, man.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I know, but it's funny that I didn't like pull you to the side and go, "Hey." I
did.
just like
You just
shouted it
You just
out.
kinda went, boom.
Your life just got
What?
rattled. Let me be sure to make
You
fun
went,
of it immediately.
"Cuckoo, that's your girlfriend?"
Let me
Like, when
just
he said her name.
throw
you
gasoline
knew,
on the
man.
fire.
That was so great. That was so great. Oh, speaking of fire, she died actually on fire
Oh,
a few years back. So yeah,
ouch.
yeah.
I hate the eyes.
It's a hard out.
Oof.
Next question.
It's getting hot in here.
Anyway, what was the most memorable? Oh no, what was the most memorable date as a teenager? I didn't have one, so go ahead.
I don't know. My dad pretty much was with
You're
me
still
all the
not
time.
giving names. Okay, fine.
No, I didn't really date
Uh,
anybody.
I think probably mine and Stephanie's first date would be my memorable date.
Yeah, Cassidy.
We went to Cuco's in Monroe when it was there. If you remember
I
where
remember
Cuco's
that.
was, yep. And ate and hung out, and then we went to Forsyth Park and hung
looking
out,
for.
looking for love in all the wrong places.
There you go. The swing set. Did you want to say something else?
I did think about Amanda. Was a different this other girl. My first date. What?
Okay.
What? Anyway,
You
that
are
girl's name
so
is Jennifer.
red right now.
I'm
He
sorry.
is
I got
so
man.
red.
I just got thirsty anything about it.
I got
So
it.
I took her a rose and stuff on our first date and the whole deal. Listen, because I thought that's what I'm sure. I don't know. That's what somebody told me to do. So whatever. Maybe bad. Good advice. I don't know. And I showed up.
We gotta do a
Hold
live
up.
stream of this here because your
And
face wet.
The bad thing is, I called her the next day, and I was like, reaching out to her. That's back when you called her home phone, But her mom never told her I called her, and so it took years. She just quit talking to me, and I thought, this is unbelievable. I thought we had a good time. I thought
You called her one time?
a couple times, but I saw her at school, and I would be like, trying to, hey, I'm not good at that. I don't really have a lot of game, as you would say. Believe it or not, I know, right?
So
Your wife
you
is happy to hear that.
oh,
you-
she knows.
you
She knows I'm
didn't-
terrible.
you didn't have the ability to say, "Hey, I called you last night."
I should have. I had probably 200 opportunities, and I'd see her in the grocery store because she worked at the grocery store. And I would say, I'd make it a point to go by and say, hey. But I was like, man, I guess her mom doesn't like me. I guess I better be out. But I didn't have a mom. I had one. She just left, so I don't know how to deal with
Whoa,
moms.
what happened to your mom?
Oh, not a fire.
But you know what?
Close, an affair. A fire, affair, close, whatever. I'm teasing. That's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Write that down and put that in my notes in your phone about my funny one. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's
all the time we have for today. We're done.
It's already in.
Yeah, this is fun.
Hard out.
We Wes is to get back on the mic.
Do you have a follow-up
We are
question
done,
to
though.
that?
Go ahead.
Yes,
you have a
I
follow-up?
just think a good way to wrap all this up is we started this podcast talking about Thanksgiving, and I asked Cuckoo what he was thankful for,
Yeah.
and I tried to put a little shine on me, and he was very gracious in doing that, and to you.
Yeah, I felt it.
And then the end of this, you said you did not lose your mother to a fire, but to an affair.
That's pretty good. Put that in my notes. I want to make sure I don't forget that
It's in podcast history.
Gobble gobble, everyone. We'll see you next time on Princess of the Universe.